Welcome back to my first game of GP whatever for REV. I'm playing a consonance ramp because, consonants and dissonances. Yeah, you probably don't get it because I doubt there's any overlap in audience between the two things that I make videos on. Okay, they're on the play. Sure. So this is a 4-color ramp deck. I haven't played this deck before, or at least against a real person before, so I don't know how this deck works. I mean, I know how it works, but I'm not sure how it plays. So this hand has no early drops. I can mulligan this. This hand has early drops, but okay, yeah, it does have early drops. Yeah, I keep this. And what does Wild Court Seeker do? When it attacks, I get to ramp from graveyard. All right, I mean, okay, so I definitely bombed this guy because I'm never casting that guy. And yeah, so turn one, what do I do? Turn one I play Gilded Cord because otherwise it's not doing anything, right? Like I need to play this so I can tap it for. Wait, am I on the play? Yeah, they are on the play. So yeah, I'm looking at turn one, tap this guy for a land type. Turn two, island, play Wild Court Seeker or something. Or turn two, island, play Chromatic Shard. Yeah, that seems more useful because I have nothing in the yard to get back with Wild Court Seeker just yet, right? Maybe I just play the beater anyways, and then I can start attacking them. But this guy isn't that great, right? So yeah, Gilded Court, and then I guess tap it for Forest because Forest seems to be the land type that I care about the most right now. What are they even on? I should look at their deck list. Splitmoon. They seem to be on a tempo deck, I think. But that's not good for me because I'm a slow deck. Like I have literally no early drops, or I mean, I have no one drops. Oops. And if turn force this thing, hopefully they let that happen. Then let's see. You divide. Okay, that makes things a lot easier because now I can fetch. I do need to fetch planes, right? Eventually. What are my colors anyways? Let me check. Oh, I need green and something else, right? I should. I'll fetch forest. No, I'll fetch plains because drift off might actually be castable eventually. For sure, I'll go with that logic. Do they have 1-mana counter spells? Well, I'm not gonna bother playing around that. If they have counter spells, they have counter spells. Does this resolve? Actually, they might just have 1-mana burn. Let me check their deck again. They have no, they don't have 1-mana burn. Okay, this thing will at least survive for a single turn. Granted, it's probably getting killed before it attacks, but at least it does something. Like it eats up a removal spell. What do I do next turn? I guess I just cast Drift Off. That requires me using the estate, so that takes 3 more life off of me. Okay, this guy. What does it do? It lets them on ETB. It lets them find a creature, and then I guess they choose this guy and then whack me and draw a card from that. Okay, Spellbane. What is that? I should have actually look at what the card does. Well, I can look. I mean, I can look by doing this, right? So it's a Force Spike, or I guess a Curse Catcher, Jujutsu Familiar, whatever you call those sorts of cards. Yeah, but they just get to whack me and draw a card from that. So that's not looking good. I think I need something big to stabilize. Right? More estates. What creatures do they have? Is there anything else that I want to drift off? I don't think so. Yeah, right now I think my best play is to drift off the Tobias and then fetch New Divide from Wild Court Seeker. What else can I do? Like Chromatic Shard, that actually turns it into 3/3s. I can swing and then see if they want to trade or not. If they don't decide to trade, I can tap Gilded Court, give this thing another land type, and then play Chromatic Shard. Because that lets me ramp into Asahai, right? No, they have a thing that counters, right? So I can't. So I don't want to ramp into a big thing unless I have answers for it. I think I will just drift off this turn, right? That's like the safe option, even though I take 3 in the face. Well, I mean, I can just hardcast Asahai next turn if this goes through, so yeah, I will go for it. I'm not like loving how much damage I'm taking from doing this, but can't think of anything better, so might as well. Yep, get back New Divide, and they take. Alright, so next turn try to cast Asahai. If that doesn't work out, then I don't know what I'm doing. Yep. I can't hard cast it without taking a life, right? Yeah, I have all the colors. So I can fetch Mountain with New Divide. So that turns Wild Court Seeker into a 4/4, which is pretty nice. Means I'll be continually ramping too. What do they? I mean, Dormant Bay. Actually, they had Frostfire Guy. I should have fetched Frostfire Geysers from their yard, because I've been better for my colors. Tap Silver Tracker. Yep. So they can keep drawing cards. Okay, they have the tunnels. Wait, I definitely should have taken Frostfire Geyser because that thing would have given this thing +2/+2. Okay, yeah, I should have like thought about that. I mean, I can get the core. Oh, they're tapping out. That's good for me because now I don't have to worry about counter spells, so I can just drop Asahai and okay. Anyways, I take some damage, but that's fine because that's just because Asahai lets me stabilize. I think +2 make 2/1/1s, and then Yeah, hopefully that does stuff. Oh, never mind. I think cassette might be more useful right now. What's this do? I kill half silver tracker and then make 2/1/1s. And that seems more useful than a Sahai right now. And this thing's not tapped, so I can go cassette plus chromatic shard, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. All right, that looks pretty good for me then. I should fetch. I should fetch forest because I'm already getting my 2 colors off. Frostfire geysers, right? Yeah, so play island, fetch forest, attack with wild quartz seeker, or yeah, attack with wild quartz seeker, get back crossfire geysers, get 2 land types, whack them, and then play cassette, kill something, and then play chromatic shard. Yeah, seems solid. So where's forest? Yep. And do I want to like give this thing swap? No, I don't think this thing needs to be a 4/4. Like, I win by stabilizing. I don't win by racing them. So yeah, steal the frostfire geysers, whack them for 4. They take 4. Yeah, take 1 more. Okay. The cassette is these colors. I'll tap like this. Play cassette. Kill that immediately. Gain 2 life. And yeah. Yep. And then I'll play chromatic shard and draw a card. Or an aesthetic. Okay, that might find me something to do next turn. So they can use Granite Harbinger to get cassette down to 1 loyalty, but that still doesn't kill her. So I can plus her next turn and then whack something. What is Wild Court? It's a characteristic define ability. It's not a +1/+1 ability. Yeah, conjoin irradiant. So they're gonna discard 2 lands, and that lets them crystallize twice. So they will be able to, I guess, kill cassette and play the counter on the Granite Harbinger. And they're gonna make 1 treasure, I guess. Yeah, because they don't want to buff anything else. I'm assuming they have to buff the Harbinger here to kill cassette, because otherwise I just get to tap the Planeswalker. What? They're not doing that? They only discard 1 card. Draw demi. Oh, it only lets you crystallize once, and they're gonna. I mean, sure, I'll trade like this. If you want to waste another removal spell on killing cassette, then fine with that. It's not what? Ah, the tunnels. Alright, yeah, I misplayed there by not realizing that the tunnels exist. Alright, yeah, I need to make a tunnels token. Well, I mean, I'm still fine. I'm still pretty far ahead because I managed to get 1 cassette minus, and that's already enough to get me back into the game. What counter spells do they have at 1 mana? They don't have any 1 mana counter spells. So unless they have another land play, I don't have to worry about anything. It seems like they don't. Spellbane Sentinel? Yeah, I can just pay for that. Alright, let's see what I draw. Gilded Court again. It's useful because it can make my Wild Court Seeker bigger. Oh, I guess I fetch Dormant Bay, right? Because it might draw me some cards. Well, let me plan out my turn first. So I definitely want to play a Sahai this turn. Just a Sahai minus, because that does that does kill them in short order, right? Sahai minus, and then give my guys flying. Give my guys yeah, flying, and then swing with everything. Do I need to give them no, I can just give them trample. Give my guys trample, swing with everything. Wild Court Seeker is gonna be a 6/6, 6/6. So I'm hitting them for 10 exactly. That's still not lethal yet, I guess. The question here is like, do I let them untap for a turn? I mean, no matter what I do, I'm gonna play a Sahai this turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This costs 5, right? So I play a Sahai, see what happens. They might try to counter it. No, they're not gonna try to counter it. But then I minus and choose trample and swing with everything. Wild Court Seeker grows out of range of basically anything that they can do to it, right? They can tap it down for a turn, I guess. Then I get to play Ascetic into the tunnels and see what I flip off that thing for next turn. Yeah, I think I want to do that instead of just plussing a Sahai because that's too passive, right? Okay, so what if I just do the obvious play and play a Sahai plus her and then play Aren't Ascetic? Then I get to then I think I should just go for blood here because I don't think they can put me on a swing back like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 7. Yeah, I'm pretty safe on a swing back, I feel like. So I'll go for it then. So let's see if they do anything against this. They let it happen. It should be trample, right? Not first strike. If I do first strike, then I should be trample because Wild Court Seeker is a huge threat right now. So yeah, nice. It gives me the emblem as something I can do. Okay, are they like gonna? Okay, apparently I got my hotkeys messed up or something. I smooth everything. Tap this thing for yeah. All right. Sure. I guess I'll steal an island here. They're gonna try to trade. Yeah, makes sense. And I'm also going to give this thing 1 more type. So they do get rid of 1 of my tokens. Their guys also die, right? Yeah, that's bigger. So Asahai just dies to attacks. Do I want to put something in the tunnels just to defend myself for a turn? I mean, like Grand Harbinger definitely attacks Asahai down. Then maybe I just like go outside the tunnels. Well, I'm not sure. Anyways, now I'm gonna try to play Arnett a sec, and I'm assuming that thing resolves. So it gives me something to do for next turn. Okay, let's see what's on top. Actually, no, this guy should be, yeah, I'm playing this guy outside the tunnels because I'm the aggressor right now, so I'm fine with them hitting me for a turn. But they don't have many blockers outside the tunnels right now. So let's see. Oh, another Asahai. Interesting. I can grab that, right? Yeah, permanent card. And might as well play out Luxurious Sweep tapped because might as well make use of the extra land drop. Let's see how they deal with this. Because like next turn I get Asahai coming down again, and then minus her again. I guess this time I'm gonna give them flying. Or no, first strike. It doesn't really matter what I give them. Unless they can unload a bunch of damage at face, I just win next turn, I think. How much damage can they push out? One last stunt. That thing do. Oh, it lets them get another combat step. That might be dangerous. Well, I mean, playing it like this means that I don't have to think because it's up to my opponent to figure out a way to kill me this turn. Because if they can't, then I win. So puts the court or puts the ball squarely in my opponent's court, so I don't have to think as hard. Oh, they play Tobias Maxwell, Weapon Awoken Thunderer. Well, they can't cast it, so all they have is 4 powers of or 4 toughness of blockers against 10 toughness of attackers. Okay, they can still they can still not die if they have another creature. I can just play Asahai and minus again, right? And that is lethal, right? Let me count. Like 3, 3, 9, 15 damage coming through. So they need 10 toughness of blockers. Alright, yeah, they're gonna draw some more cards. Or, yeah, they're gonna kill Asahai and whack me for 1 or 3. They have enough to counter a spell, right? They have enough to play another creature. They don't have enough to play a counter spell that I can't pay for. Alright, yeah, I think I have the game in the bag now. Unless they have a burn spell. Do they have burn spells main board? I don't think they do. They don't. Alright, I think I win. Somehow, yeah, turns out big planeswalkers are all you need to win this game. You don't even need consonants. Okay, they're gonna play some more Can they like counter Asahai here? I don't think they can. Aren't Ascetic again, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's definitely more than enough. 2, 4, 5. I'm assuming this resolves. Yep, alright. Let's give my guys flying this time. And yeah, I'll steal your Dormant Bay right now because I might want some extra cards. Do they have a spell? What can they even do here? Silence of the oh. Oh, okay. Apparently they... Okay, I don't know how to... No, I had lethal, right? Because trample. Alright. What did I even do here? They seem to have a bunch of small creatures, so maybe I bring in Ignite Flesh? Sure. What did I bring out? Drift Off seems a bit slow. Everything... Well, no, Drift Off... Pointing out Drift Off doesn't actually help me here. I want more removal, right? So, Zorashan Ancient seems kind of bad, and Running of the Bulls I do not need extra copies of. What does bring... Do I need to bring the house down? I don't think I do. What are they bringing in? I guess they're just gonna bring in more removal and counter spells. Like, they can't really... There's not anything that super hates on me. Let's see. Okay, yeah, Wild Court Seeker plus New Divide. Yeah, I'll keep this. If things don't go well, then I just go Chromatic Shard. Turn 1 Torment Bay. Do they have a 1-drop? Seems like they do. It's the Curse Catcher with flying. More Wild Court Seekers. Okay. So I'm fetching Forest, and hopefully one of these guys gets attacked so I can actually start ramping. Otherwise, I have to play Chromatic Shard. Actually, no. If this guy gets killed, the next one just comes down. The Crown Guard ban. You naming the 2-drop? No, you're naming the big Planeswalker. Okay, that's fine. I don't have that thing in hand anyways. Feels kind of weird to bring in Crown Guard ban against me because I'm not a deck that relies on or heavily relies on a single thing to do my thing. Like if you want to name something with ban, might as well name my ramp cards or I guess consonants or whatever. Yeah, but like if they actually named Wild Court Seeker here, I would have been pretty sad because that means I would have to play Chromatic Shard instead. And I'd rather have a 2-drop, or have a 2/2 in play than an artifact. Anyways, that means since I drew a land, that means next turn I do get to drop Calamity. They can sacrifice Spellbane Sentinel to counter that, but I think I'm fine with that outcome. Actually, no, I attack with Wild Court Seeker first, grab the New Divide, and then now they can play it untapped. See, what's their 3-drop? This guy, I see. All right, sure. They do get to grab some good cards, I guess. Okay, I guess they take the half silver tracker. All right, and they're gonna draw a card off that. They do tap out though, so that means I can play Calamity Smith pretty safely. Let's see, Elvish Witness. I mean, this turn I definitely play Calamity Smith and plus her, him. I'm just gonna use it to refer to cards now. Actually, do I just ripped off the Tobias Maxwell again? Maybe. By doing that, I shut off their card draw for a bit. I mean, either ways, I attack with Wild Chord Seeker first, grab their island, right? No, I have to grab my new divide, sack it for mountain, so that takes take 2 more damage, and then can worry about getting another land type later. And I always attack first because I want to offer the trade, because the trade's actually pretty good for me. Where's the mountain? There we go. Yeah, seems like they just take, right? They're just gonna take here. They're thinking about it, I think, yeah. Because if they kill the Wild Chord Seeker here, then this ends my ramp. If they don't kill it here, then I'm gonna ramp again next turn. That's probably really scary for them. Okay, wonderful. They trade, so that gets something off the board. Unfortunately for them, I have another Wild Chord Seeker, and I think I will play that instead of Calamity Smith, right? Because if they were off, like if they were willing to trade a 3-drop that gives them card advantage for just my 2-drop that's gonna grow out of control, then surely a second one would definitely they definitely wouldn't be happy with the second one. Oh, actually, I only have a single green source. Okay, I need to take some more damage to play another 2-drop alongside it. Unless I want to play Chromatic Shard. No, I can play Calamity plus and then play Wild Chord Seeker. All right, yeah, that works out really well for me then. So play Calamity and then play this thing untapped. I completely right. They can do that. Okay, that's still fine, right? I completely played it in the wrong order. All right, fine. I still have plays for next turn. If I top deck a land, I can play Chromatic Shard, or I mean, I can play Fairy Hellion, and that that does do something. If they just play their big 4-drop endgame guy, yeah, like this guy, I can. If I top deck a land, I can play this guy and kill it. If I don't, then I guess they actually get to do stuff with it. Okay, that's problematic. How close are they to getting endgame? Maybe that close, right? Yeah, they're still 1 turn off, I think. I think this turn I play Arn Aseg, hope to flip a land, and then actually I can do Chromatic Shard, drift off. Is that good? Otherwise, I'm just drift off and then doing nothing else, right? So I should do something in addition to drift off, and if it's just cantripping, then maybe that's fine. No, I think I'm fine with this thing living a turn, so I should just go Arn Aseg, Wild Chord Seeker. Yeah, I think I've convinced myself. So yeah, Arn Aseg. Let's see what I hit. Well, this is not good because I do not get the land to play Wild Chord Seeker. Do I take Waking Glen anyways, even though I have so many good things in hand? I have enough things to do with my mana, so I should just take the land so that I can start doing stuff with the mana. Yeah, no, I'll go with that logic. So next turn, I get to play Fury Call Hellion, or if I draw another land, I can drift off with Kicker. Sure. They can have another Maxwell, I guess. A Conjoint Irradiant. Okay, yeah, that's also a creature. They don't actually have any spells that they can return with Awoken Thunderer, right? Now their counter spells cost at least 2, so I'm pretty safe here, right? Silence of the Drowned. That's their only counter spell that can hit creatures. Absorber Tracker. Sure. So I guess they get to draw a card off that. Like they did tap out though, so I get to Fury Call Hellion, killed Awoken Thunderer. I'll put the Fury Call Hellion inside the tunnels to block the half silver tracker. Alright. At least they don't have anything super threatening this turn. Grand Consonance. I'm still a bit off casting that. I mean, if I do match resolve it, I do probably just win. Well, there's that to look forward to. Wait, any way that they can counter my Fury Call Hellion? Answer is, I don't think so. But yeah, just Fury Call Hellion here. I should put this guy in the tunnels. Oh, this thing's any target. Well, this thing can hit phase 2? Jeez. Can this thing... Let's say untap. Okay, so this thing can't exit just yet. Right, let's see how they recover from this. A Spellbane Sentinel. Oh, there goes Grand Consonance next turn. Do they have a removal spell for Fury Call Hellion? I guess they're just hoping for half Silver Tracker to do stuff. They're gonna sack the... Okay, so Ignite Flesh would be extremely good here. In fact, that completely just blows them out. Yeah, it wipes from their entire board. Gonna do anything else? They just pass. Alright, so I can't prevent these guys from hitting me next turn, so I do have to let them draw some cards unless they top deck something really good. Gilded Court. Actually, Waking Glen. The Waking Glen's still above the tunnels right now. It's funny to think about how mana lands have to interact with tunnels too. I just not care if they start drawing cards. Like, I can probably go for that game plan. Just keep playing bigger threats that they can't deal with, and just let them draw the cards they want because they can't deal with them. Actually, if I get Chromatic Shard down, I can just pay through a Spellbane Sentinel on Grand Consonance. I do think I attack here, though, right? Yeah, because Fury Call Hellion sitting back doesn't really do anything for me. I should attack first. So yeah, let's see if they block this. I doubt they do, but might as well get some damage in. what's the play here? I have 6 mana, right? Yeah, 6 mana, so I should lead off with Chromatic Shard. They can counter something. What do I want? Elvish Witness can get countered, I guess. Actually, no, Chromatic Shard can definitely get countered. So in that case, I should lead off on a Wild Quartz Seeker. I mean, that is the strongest card, so yeah, I'll lead off on Wild Quartz Seeker and then play Elvish Witness and then do a Surveil and then play Chromatic Shard and see if they want to counter that. That happened. Alright, so this thing's 4/4 right now, right? There's is there any point in turning this into a 5/5? No, because all of their damage spells cap out. It's either 5 or 2. Yes, like if I block half Silver Tracker with Wild Quartz Seeker and they decide to Ignite Flesh or something, that could matter, but I doubt they're gonna Ignite Flesh their own board right now, so yeah. Let's see if they counter this. Can I put this guy into the tunnels? I don't think I do, right? Yeah, put this guy above the tunnels because you can block it, conjoin Irradiant. Cost 1 life? Ah, right. I need it to tap slightly differently. Whatever. If this ends up mattering, then that really sucks. And put this guy above the tunnels. Oh, well, that's convenient. There's 2 lands off the top of my deck. Then I'll play Chromatic Shard now, and you can counter this if you want. Did let it happen? Yeah, no point in countering it. And I get another Grand Consonance. Okay, I have a pretty good turn next turn. Like, I actually have 2 extra mana above the amount I need to cast Grand Consonance. So, like, they need 2 counter spells to stop, or they need an actual counter spell in hand to stop me. Spellbane Sentinel isn't actually enough by itself. Do they have Braids? Like, Braids on the Wild Quartz Seeker would be pretty good for them. No, they have another half Silver Tracker. They can draw us even more cards, but cards aren't going to help them here. I guess unless I have Bucleris Scorn. So Bucleris Scorn, that's 3 mana, counter non-creature, and then X Fractal copies. I can't really prevent that from happening. Yeah, they're drawing 4 cards. So they probably have Bucleris Scorn. Do you have any basic lands in? Yeah, they have an island, so I can grab that with Wild Quartz Seeker and get my swamp off the Gilded Court. That turns it into a 6/6, which means they have to chump block it, unless they have a Braze or something like that. Like so yeah, buff up those guys under my tunnels, swing, force them to at least chump somewhat. Oh, are they naming Grand Consonance now? Very what? You know I only have 1 copy of this card. You know I only have 1 copy of this card, right? Am I only running 1 copy? Oh, let me check. I have 2 copies. Still, why are you naming Fury Hellion? That's like the last card that should be on your mind right now, right? Oh, I guess Fury Hellion does give me lethal by killing half Silver Tracker. Sure. Now you're tapping out for it. One last. Oh, okay. I guess that works. So they get another swing from something. You know what? Did they not cast it this turn? I guess they can't, huh? So, did they just die here? Like I get to drift off the half Silver Tracker, right? And they just die because they're tapped out. Okay, that was weird. I mean, I'll take it, but still. Do I have to tap? I have to tap Luxurious Estate or white. Actually, no. I can tap Elvish Witness. Do I need this guy untapped? Probably not. Like, I'll tap it like this. Yeah, like this. This resolve does. All right. So that's kill that half Silver Tracker. Kill combat, smith them, steal their island, and turn this guy into a swamp. All right. Yeah, seems like I got there. Interesting game. Yeah, I feel like they named some pretty weird stuff off the Crown Guard bans. Like, if they actually named stuff that I had in hand, then it could have stopped me pretty easily. Like, if they named Wild Quartz Seeker off the Crown Guard ban on turn 2. Like, that was... I was sure they were going to name either... Like, I was sure they were going to name either Wild Quartz Seeker or Elvish Witness off the turn 2 one, because otherwise, like, why would you play it out that early? In fact, yeah, you should be naming Wild Quartz Seeker, because that's... I'm running 4 copies of that, so it's more likely for me to have one in hand. But yeah, naming Asahai like that early with the Crown Guard ban felt weird, and it did punish them pretty hard because Crown Guard ban did nothing that game. Later, Crown Guard ban naming Fury Hellion of like you're naming my 1 Fury Hellion compared to my 4 drift offs just as a way to prevent yourself from dying because your guy dies. That felt weird. Didn't even get to cast Consonance this game. Oh well, I guess I'm pretty happy to win this, so I'll see you next round.